Hey, welcome back. As good parents, we all want what's best for our children. And if you have a child that's shy or timid, as they used to say, then you, as the parent, grandparent, or guardian of a shy child, you're going to need to give them a little extra help along the way. Not because they're any less capable than the other children, but more because of the fact that they're shy usually means that they're also self-conscious, and it's also usually a good indicator that they are just a good child in general. They worry about how they're perceived. They worry about who likes them and who don't like them. And they stand out because of their good nature. But in the beginning, when they're just toddlers or whatever, they'll just deal with what you see all the time with kids, and the quiet child, the shy child. The other kids don't think twice about taking a toy from them. They don't think twice about changing a channel if they want to watch something different than what they want to watch. They really just don't get any respect. And that's mainly because they don't demand respect. They expect respect. And that's the way it should be. Unfortunately, there's other children, they think respect has to be earned. Even at a subconscious level, they think that. So if your child is quiet while everybody else is being loud, rambunctious, then your child is viewed as different. Now, whenever they start school, that's really when they're going to be hammered with the idea or the fact that they're different. That's not a bad different, but it gets treated as a bad different. You're the odd man out or the odd gal out, and some of the people are going to treat you different, and then everybody else is just going to fall in line. So say you're playing whatever game it is in the gym or whatever, whether it be basketball or dodgeball or no matter what it is, they're probably going to get picked last. And it's not because they're bad at a sport or anything. It's because some kid perceived them as different, started treating them different, and everybody else just fell in line with them and treated them the same way. And that starts to leave a mark on that child. Evil can sense good, and as a matter of fact, evil is always actively seeking out good so that it can do what evil does and try to shame the good for being what it is. I know that's backwards, but that's the way evil works. Evil wants to believe that it's good. And whenever an evil person comes across a good person and they see how good acts, how good treats other people, how good does what's right, even when nobody's looking, evil sees that and it just reminds that person of what they're not, but what they should be. In some cases, I think they can't be, even if they wanted to be. But there are some things that you could do to help this child, this young, shy individual who has these things coming, whether you want to admit it or not. It's going to happen. That's just the way the world works. You can help them, but it's a delicate situation. You don't want to change them just because they're shy. Like I said, some of their other qualities are being self-conscious, but also just being good in general. And you don't want to change that. You want to keep the good, but you want to prepare them for what's coming to them. Now, it's delicate. So at a young age, you can start talking to this child. If you see they're timid, if you see they're shy, I'm telling you, you better go ahead and try to start helping them as young as possible. You can just talk to them in a generalized way. You don't want to point them out and say, hey, you're different, and therefore people are going to treat you bad. They're already self-conscious, most likely. But if you speak to them in general terms about the world, you can tell them that the world's not always a fair place. There are people in this world who treat other people poorly, whether they deserve it or not. You can just tell them that once one person treats somebody poorly, that the followers fall in line and they treat the person poorly also. And let them know it can happen to anybody. Don't single them out and say, hey, you're different, this is what's going to happen. Prepare them for the possibility of it, and just let them know that it's nothing to do with them. It's just by chance. And it might be a little bit of a fib. Another thing they're going to attract is bullies. It's coming. If you got a shy kid, you got a quiet kid, you got a good kid, bullies are coming. And if the child has been taught properly how to deal with a bully, that can be a very, very limited problem. But when a child is ill prepared, nobody's taught them how to deal with a bully, or were taught wrong about how to deal with a bully, then it can be a devastating, lifelong problem. If the bullying is allowed to go on for even a short time, it can have lifelong effects on the child. They'll always be ashamed that they feel deep down inside, and they'll never get rid of it. What about the old hindsight is 2020? I know we all have experienced that. How much better could you have done with your life if you had that hindsight as a foresight? I know kids don't listen. We don't listen whenever we're young and told about things, but some things would stick in that noggin right there. And even if the child thinks, well, my mama don't know nothing, my daddy don't know nothing, they're just old school and don't know no better. They don't know nothing about this modern world. But some of these things that you teach this child, whenever they see it in person, whenever they see somebody acting out exactly what you said may happen, hey, that person's a narcissist. That person is jealous of me for no reason. That person could cause me a lot of trouble just by making up stuff on me to try to make him or herself look good. So this may not be the most in-depth advice that you can get. I'm just wanting to get it into your mind that if you have a child who is shy, they're going to need all the help they can get. If you have a child that's shy and just good in general, you may think that that's just a straight positive right there, nothing but a good thing. But trust me when I tell you, they're going to need all the help and all the advice they can get on how to deal with a world that they don't know anything about. All they know is be good and do good, be nice, be kind, treat others the way you want to be treated. They don't know. They can't fathom evil. They can't imagine that people would be so cruel as they are. So talk to them, prepare them the best you can. Look up information on bullying and on narcissism and ways to handle those situations, and share that with that child so that they'll have a few arrows in their quiver to deal with the world that's going to chew them up and spit them out if they ain't careful. I'm going to end this video right here. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch. I hope it helps some of y'all. See ya.